everyone. Welcome to another exciting year of rounding third base. I'm your host, Jamie Paez. I just want to start off by just letting you guys know exactly how I feel about you. In a song, I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 years, and I hope we'll be together for 1,000,000 more. Okay, enough of that. Well, I just want to start off by just letting you guys know that we lost a member. Scotty will no longer be with us. Came in for a year and then quickly out the door. And I actually have a message in case Scotty is somehow watching this from the new owner. He told me to tell you, thanks for trading Ellie away. So there. Well, the new member we have is the team rebuilding mode, and that is now owned by Mike Lasone. Another Mike. We got 3 mics now. I think we need to impose a 3 mic maximum from this point forward because it's going to start to get confusing. You know what I mean? Mike made a trade. With who? Mike. Well, Mike doesn't like that trade. You know what I mean? Like it's going to get confusing. So 3 mic maximum moving forward. So there's that. Well, welcome, Mike. Welcome to the league. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by letting you guys know a little bit of information about Mike. He does run his own fantasy baseball league, and he has been doing this for a very long time. He's kind of a baseball junkie, kind of like us. He did it with days before there was even computers, where they'd have to run to the post office and drop it in the box and then wait a week and get their stats. And then I'll tell you right now, Mainville couldn't last 5 minutes if there was a mistake to call me up and be like, hey, these stats are wrong. So welcome aboard, Mike. But, it's funny that I was talking with Mike when, he was asking me about the league and everything. And he's like, oh, Squid. Yeah, I know Squid. I know him very well, back from the days, because Squid's an old timer, all those old timers, back in the day, they're from the baseball circuits, they all knew each other. And Mike told me that Squid actually gave him a picture back in the day of himself and signed it for Mike because, they're such big fans and Mike was such a big fan of Squid and he actually gave it to me. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I couldn't believe it. This Squid back in the day, he told me that, he was very excited to get Mike aboard. So, welcome. So, we got people that, they're in the groups and they know each other. So, it's like a one big happy family. So let's, Mike, I want to just start by, just introducing you to the rest of the team. Everybody in this league, we've all known each other for years and years and years. And I want to give you the insight, to everybody else. So here we go. So, Squid. You know him very well. There he is, Squid. And now we have Mike Fazzone. Mike Fazzone is the co-commissioner. And he also helps me run things. He helps me set everything up and this and that or whatever. He knows a lot about the league and how it goes. He's got quite the collection of keepers, might add you. But I did hear something just recently on the news that Ohtani's interpreter is going to do some hard times. So maybe Ohtani might not be feeling well this year. So you might want to consider moving him along and trading him because he's just not going to do any good on your team. I just wanted to just let you know that. He's very heartbroken about all the stuff that's been going on with his interpreter. So just keep that in mind, Mike. We got to figure this out. We got to figure out a way to figure out who these mics are. This is crazy. I guess we can call the one mic champion Mike. We can call the other mic newbie Mike. And then we can call the third mic 8 baby mama Mike. So, you guys don't get confused. So there's 8 baby mama Mike, champion Mike, and then newbie Mike. Okay, that'll just clear things up from this point moving forward. And then now we have 8 baby mama Mike. At one time, he was the most dominant specimen in fantasy. He was just a living legend in his own mind, if you ask me. Kind of lost touch in recent years, though. He said he was going to create his own team by breeding them. He'd have his own farm team, but That's still some years away, but he's got some work to do. But he told me that recently, as a side gig, he has his 3-year old daughter is going to be, he's training her for the Olympics. So he plans on cashing out on that in a couple years. So there you go. That's Mike, the other Mike, the Mike with the baby Mike, the Mike who's going to be rich after his daughter is an Olympic gold swimmer in the event of the 100-mile swimming event. So there. Then we got Smitty. Smitty, actually, funny story about Smitty. He told me that he hooked up with a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. I'm just messing. He never said the word cheerleader. Anyway, that's Smitty. He's got his own fantasy league too. So there's another one. Then we got Phil. Phil, I believe in you, buddy. Any day your luck's going to turn around. If I can quote any line, I would just say, you're the best around. No one's ever going to try to take you down. You're the best around. That's how I feel about you, Phil. So one of these days, buddy, you're gonna make it there. And then we have John Reed. John Reed is the Saved by the Bellinger guy. I mean, pretty much the only thing you really need to know about John Reed. I mean, the only thing you need to know about him is that he has Aaron Judge. That's all you need to know. He has Aaron Judge. All right. Then we have Jim Delaney. He is one of the bigger of the Yankee fans that I've ever known. Jim is a very huge Yankee fan, and he told me that, he told me to tell John Reed that he needs to trade me Aaron Judge because of that fact. So there you go. All right. And then now we have Jim Fizzone. Jim Fizzone is the father of Mike Fizzone. And then he would tell me some crazy stories. Like, he told me that when he was a child and like little Mikey was like growing up, he would just like stuff like baseball stats down his throat, and that's how he became such like the dominant fantasy owner that he is. Like, in his childhood, he would just come at him and he'd be like, Michael, Wade Boggs, batting average, Wade Boggs, Kevin Youkilis on base percentage, Michael. So that's, yeah, you get the idea. He's Mike's, he knows his stuff, and he deserves it. And then obviously me, but obviously you don't know everything about me. You don't know like where I like to go on the weekends and stuff like that. But that's another story. That's another thing. But there's me, and you know me, Mike. So newbie Mike. So okay, now let's start off by getting a little bit serious here. We're gonna get a little bit serious here. We're still working on a couple things, fixing things here and there, making things move around, trying to make things work for the league. Couple things I want to point out that is going to be new for 2025 going into 2025. Okay, Points Gainer, Mike, newbie Mike. If you're not familiar with Points Gainer, which obviously not because this is the first time in the league, Points Gainer is after the All-Star break. Every week, whoever gains the most points wins a percentage. Usually we do $25 every week. But now, this year, Points Gainer will be optional. Optional, which means you will have to pay an additional $25 if you want to do the Points Gainer. Minimum of 2 people to do it. And every person that does it is an extra week that we do it. So 2 owners, 2 weeks, 3 owners, 3 weeks, 4 owners, 4 weeks, 10 owners, 10 weeks. Okay? Points Gainer, optional. I want the extra money to go to the winners. Okay? That's how we're doing it. All right? Now, Zombie League. Zombie League, and Mike, newbie Mike, we're getting you familiar a little bit with, how we have, this is an incentive league. We do it on the side. It's for fun. Basically, the zombie is last year's champion, and he gets to draft at the end of the draft, and he can steal your players. But now we're going to incorporate some new rules that we're going to do for 2025. This is the Zombie League only, okay? No trading at all. We're done away with trading. Trading is not going to happen in the Zombie League, and the reason is because now I am incorporating the option to steal players. So obviously the zombie can take anybody from a team, but now anybody can take anybody from a team with the exception of the zombie, because the zombie has is starting off with a bad start, that anybody who gets 8 or higher in the standings can now steal the other person's player. So if I win by 8-2 against anybody else, I could steal their player. Okay? That's basically how it works. But not the zombies, because they're zombies. They're zombies. They can't come back. Once you ever watch The Walking Dead? Once you're a zombie, you're not coming back. You're a zombie. You're not coming. You have your arm limb taken off, and you're not coming back from that. You're just a zombie. Zombie takes you, they take you. That's it. But now this applies to anybody else. If you beat the other opponent by a score of 8-2 or higher, you could steal any person on their team. That's how we're doing it. No trading, stealing. Okay? Now, before we get into draft order, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over for newbie Mike some of the quick rules that we have that are actually listed in our Constitution, which I did make available, and you can look at that right now or anytime. It's right on ESPN's website. So, for the major leagues, the online slow draft is going to begin March 10th. It is a slow draft. It goes all week long. It is done on Fantrax, okay? So the way it works is you put your keepers in. Once you put your keepers in, Mike and I will import them into Fantrax, then we move over there, and then we draft on Fantrax, slow draft. We usually do about between like 4 to 6 hours per pick, which usually doesn't happen. But, busy day, people are at work, people are doing stuff. Takes the pressure off. We've never had an issue of going longer than the week. If it does start to run late, we'll quicken up the time, like that kind of stuff. So nothing to worry about. We've got the whole week. That's the major league draft. The minor league draft will be the week before March 3rd, and it'll run the same way. It'll be a slow draft, but we're actually going to use the Google spreadsheet that Mike and I created, where we're going to draft through there. So however many open spots you have is how many draft picks you have, okay? So if you have 3 open spots, you can draft 3 players. And the rule is simple. Anybody who has never appeared in the major leagues farm draft. Anybody. You want to draft somebody from Japan, you want to draft a college player, you want to draft a high school player, you want to draft your kid, you want to draft your grandmother, you want to draft yourself, anybody. As long as they've never appeared in the major leagues, that's how we do the farm draft. Okay? Now, that goes, like I said, that goes the whole week. Slow draft will increase the time as it goes. All right? And then the zombie draft. The zombie draft will be on Sunday, March 23rd at 9 p.m. This will actually be a live draft. It'll be online on Fantrax, 9 o'clock. And what happens is that everybody is in reverse order of standing. So whoever in the major league last year was last will get the first pick, all the way to the last pick, which is the zombie. And it's that way by design because the zombie is the last pick. Now, the zombie doesn't take any players at all until the very end of the draft. So they technically should have the worst team possible. Okay? If they beat you, they steal your player. Okay? That's how the zombie works. And we also incorporated that new rule. Okay? We went over the new stuff. Fees and fines, you can look that up on the Constitution. Anything else we want to talk about here? We do have the mystery bonus category. Also, mystery bonus is basically at the end of August. I'll just randomly pick out of a hat. Usually I use a random generator, and I'll pick the generator will pick one category. And that one category will be who wins the mystery bonus. And usually it's winner take all from that specific pot. But that's an additional $25 if you want to get in that one. Okay? And you have to declare that by May 31st, okay? If you want to do it. It's all in the Constitution. It's all listed there. Everything is there. Let's see. The freeze date. The freeze date you want to know, that is March 1st. March 1st is the freeze date. After that, Mike and I will take everybody, and then the slow draft will begin. Because we have to have that freeze date in before we can start drafting in the slow draft. And that also gives you a whole week to plan your draft before we actually do the major league draft. Okay? So I think that's it. I mean, there's nothing really much more to say other than we want to welcome newbie Mike. Everybody, is going to, anybody can help you out if they, you can ask anybody in this league questions. They're more than happy usually. But usually me, Mike, or some of the other owners, you just want to send something out on the message board and you'll get a response. And I know you're going to have a lot of questions. Why am I wearing sunglasses? What happened to Squid? Everybody has a lot of questions. Everybody. And I think that's it. I think now is the time I think this is it. We do draft order, right? Yeah, let's do draft order. So here we go. We got 10 names right here. Right here. You can see these 10 names, right? We got Big Latin Machine. My Boyfriend's the Pitcher. Rebuilding Mode. Benintendi. Gaelic Storm. Field of Dreams. Saved by the Bellinger, baby. Scotia Smitty. Easy Money. And, of course, Squid. So we're going to take those 10 names. Me, I got my trusty, we're going to put it in there. Here we go. First one, we're going to put that, crumple it up. Second one, crumple it up. Third one, crumple it up. Fourth one, crumple it up. Fifth one, crumple it up. Number 6, crumple it up. Number 7, crumple it up. Number 8, crumple it up. Number 9, crumple it up. And then number 10, crumple it up. I'll check here to make sure I got 10 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 10 in here. All right. Shut this. And then we're going to shake it, baby. Shake and bake. Woohoo! Oh, I'm so excited. This is great. Who's going to get the number 1 pick? Who's it going to be? Who? Tell me. Number 1 pick in the 2025 rounding third base fantasy league draft goes to... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I swear I didn't set that up, but oh, yeah. Big Latin Machine. I don't think I've ever had the number 1 pick before in this league. So, yeah, baby. Number 2. Number 2. Who's number 2? Number 2 goes to Easy Money. Easy Money is number 2. Number 3. Who's number 3? Number 3. Oh, look at that. Rebuilding, baby. Rebuilding, baby. Number 3. Rebuilding. Number 4. Number 4. Who's number 4? Number 4 goes to Mr. Boyfriend is the Pitcher. And then number 5. 5 goes to Benintendi. Number 5. Number 6. Number 6. Saved by the Bellinger. Number 6. Number 7. Number 7. Gaelic Storm. Number 8. 8. 8. We have Scotia Smitty. I was worried there for a second because I feel like Scotia Smitty always gets like the last pick. I don't know why the fantasy gods always kind of push him that way, but you got number 8, buddy, so you're not dead last. And then number 9. Number 9. Who's number 9 is going to be Field of Dreams. Yeah, Field of Dreams. And then, of course, last but not least, we have my buddy Squid. Yeah, baby. There you go. All right. So here you go. All right. So we got everybody. That's the draft order. And I'm going to post this and we're going to have some fun. Anybody has any questions, especially Mike, you're new. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, let's have a great season. Take care. Boom. Yeah.